Alright, welcome to another video from Just Two Dudes. This is part 2 of our Texas review. By now you guys know who we are. I'm Dad and this is Dipshit. Where we left off the last game, I was talking about Mack Brown.
Last game?
Where we left off the last video...
Who's the moron now?
Yeah. Well, I can be stupid, doesn't mean I'm a dipshit. Alright. I'm so enamored with Mack Brown and his domination over Nebraska. This team that Mack Brown brought into Lincoln was not better than us. He disagrees, but I think we had way more football. I think we had way more talented football players on that field this Saturday. Than Texas did.
I think we had a superior team in
all phases. No, we had better players. We had so many better players than Texas did on Saturday. But Mack Brown comes in. He knows he's going to beat us. And here's the funny thing about Mack Brown. He comes in with the audacity to say that I have so many coaches from the South and they practice against that option all the time, so we weren't worried about it. Well, bullshit. You had to be worried about it, Mack Brown. He just knew it was Nebraska, and he knew that we'd be scared. So Mack Brown comes in with this lame...
Yes.
This very lame...
This is a team that lost to UCLA, who we just saw get creamed by Oregon tonight.
Right.
By 50 some points.
Yeah, so Mack Brown comes in and he says, you know what, we're going to take Taylor Martinez away because they won't execute the passing game. Well, we executed the passing game on all phases of the passing game.
Up until the most important part.
Yeah, we called the right passes.
Yes.
We had pass protection. We had receivers open. We had them running good routes. We had quarterbacks throwing. We just dropped touchdowns. It's like Mack Brown always knows he can count on us
to screw ourselves.
Laying a big fat turd when we played Texas.
It wasn't
part of that.
It wasn't a call or anything this game. It was just drop passes throughout the whole game.
And at 20-3 right before halftime, and he just sits on the ball. Well, he's not worried.
He's not.
Because he knows we're not going to score any points.
I think after we dropped, after I saw Rex drop that pass, Niles Paul dropped a couple. You know what? That doesn't surprise me. I don't think Niles Paul is any good at all at the wide receiver position. I thought he was a good returner. Hell, Brandon Kenny's
now he can't even field punts anymore.
It's ridiculous.
And here's one thing that
I knew that right when Rex Burkhead dropped that touchdown pass, I knew right then it was, here we go again. This is what it's going to be today. Yeah. And when Rex Burkhead is laying there and he didn't just pop right back up, he's laying there and he's pounding the ground. That just showed everything I needed to know. One screw up and we're down against this team because we are that scared. Our players feel we have to play at such a high, perfect type level to beat them, and they are scared because they know they have to play that good.
We need to move on. Okay, one thing that makes me embarrassed to be a Nebraskan right now, and I'm a little bit upset with my Husker football players. Very early on, Texas came out and
hit us in the mouth.
I want to use some cuss words here, but I don't.
They just hit us in the mouth.
They hit us very hard. They jumped up and they celebrated in our faces.
Yeah.
And we did nothing.
Yeah.
Now they knew they could get away with that because no matter how good Nebraska is, this is the same old Nebraska team that will cower to them. And I am disgusted because I tell you what. If somebody knocks your all-world quarterback around and gets up and celebrates in his face, sorry, take the 15 yards, especially in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Okay? Take your 15 yards and you go up and you hit that kid so freaking hard that you get kicked out of the game. It doesn't matter. You protect your quarterback and you show that we're not the same old bunch of pussies that we've always been. You're not going to come in here and smack us and we're not going to take it anymore.
Set the tone or have it set for you.
Thank you.
And we had it set for us from the very beginning.
We did nothing about it. We backed down. That's disgusting.
It's one thing.
That N on the helmet is supposed to mean something. And the other day, when the Huskers let themselves get smacked around and never did anything about it.
It's one thing if someone celebrates over a running back or receiver, but when it's your quarterback...
Yeah, but they did it all over.
I'm saying
we did nothing about it.
is if a lineman doesn't come up and protect the receiver, that's kind of okay. But when it's the quarterback, it's a whole nother story.
Well, especially your big time quarterback.
Yes.
And here's another thing about that game. Well, first of all, I want to get to something else. Just want to say, I know this is random. We have a couple guys that leave us a lot of comments, and a guy who just discovered our videos. I believe he's in the Navy. We just wanted to say we appreciate you checking our videos out. I believe his name is Navy Thomas 8. We appreciate your comments and hope everything's going good for you. And then there's another guy, I think he goes by his pretty clever name, Dan Heiser Bush. I appreciate all your comments. You always have some really good, interesting things to say about our videos, and we really appreciate that. Back to the game. One thing that really blows my mind is when we get into these big games, we can't get a turnover.
Yeah. And
it's such a lack of intensity and will and desire. Sometimes you have to be willing to run your mother over with a car. Not even a car, an SUV, going very fast. You have to do that to get the ball. And you know, late in that game, when it was 20-13, and they were making that run, the one man I knew was going to get us the ball back damn near did.
Yes.
You saw Dijon, he knew the game was over. The kid had already got the first down. But you see Dijon over there, he's not even worried about tackling the ball carrier. He is trying to tackle that ball out of there.
That is.
And why is the other 11 guys on the field never interested in that?
Ricky Thenars just missed a tackle on that play and just gave up. Dijon is holding him up.
Yeah.
Why is he the only one? Ricky Thenars should have got
him up.
Well, he's trying to
tackle the ball.
Yes, but what I'm saying is Ricky Thenars needed to get his butt up off the ground after missing his 50th tackle of the game. It needs to be right there, stripping, punching.
Where is the other 10 players?
I'm just saying,
that
and that's
a ghost town.
It did.
It's like nobody wanted that ball.
And he is the only person I saw the whole game go for the ball. He got caught a couple times in pass plays where the receiver bailed him out because he dropped it. He broke on the ball because he knew this was a game that the defense needed to make a play and score a touchdown. And you know, he went for it, and it just didn't work. But why is there only one person on the defense? When your offense is struggling, why is there only one person going after the ball?
I wish I knew. I wish, but I'm so proud it was Dijon. Because that's what I expect from him.
Yes.
And my feelings would have been hurt. But I can count on my dog.
I will.
Because he wants it as bad as I do.
You know, if we're talking about making plays too as far as defense goes, I know you have to win it on defense, and you can't necessarily do it on special teams, but give Eric Hagg credit for his punt return. Our backs were against the wall, and he made a play that we desperately needed. It got the crowd back in the game. It got our players, oh my God, we have a chance now. And
we went from being completely dormant to an onside kick away from having a chance to tie the game.
Yes.
Which gets us to something else.
Yes.
A lot of people have been talking about Bo's onside kick at that point in the game. I could probably go either way on this. Right when it happened, my comment was, well, if they get a first down, the game's over.
Right.
So I think Bo probably thought if he went for an onside kick, there's two chances to get the ball back. Either on the recover the onside kick or make a defensive stop. If you kick the ball off, you've only got one chance to get the ball back. Really didn't turn out Bo's way.
Yes.
I think you kick it deep.
As do I, and I think you kick it deep because if they return it, they're getting to the 30-yard line at most. They're in no position there. So even if they don't get a first down, when it's a 7-point game, they can still kick a field goal on an onside kick, or at least attempt one.
Right.
If they recover the onside kick, if you pin them back, and especially what I didn't get is it's not like our kickoff guy kicks it to the 15.
Right.
We have a guy that at any given time can put them at the 20. You need to kick it deep because when your offense is struggling and you only need that one play, you just need that one play, one catch. You can do that in 40. You can do that from 40 yards away. You cannot do it sorry, you cannot do it from as far away as we would have been if we would have forced them to punt. If anything, we would have got it at the 20 or inside. It was a bad
And I agree with
move.
that. I agree with that. But in the heat of the moment,
Yes.
Bo thought an onside kick gives me 2 chances to
Keep
get
in
the
mind,
ball.
if we do recover that onside kick, we're not even asking whether or not it's a good call.
Or if we catch one of those 5 touchdown passes.
That too.
Okay. As far as Bo Pelini goes, so many of you Husker fans, not calling you out, you're sold on the guy. I've been real hesitant, and it's games like this that make me even more hesitant. If you're this fierce competitor and you demand competition and you demand focus from your players, why do your players lead the nation in fumbles?
Yeah.
Why do your players continuously commit penalties? Now, I have to suffer through this every Sunday with my Dallas Cowboys. It's been my favorite team for 30 years. I make no apologies for that. But to watch my Huskers turn into the same thing,
Yeah.
endless fumbles, penalties when you absolutely can't have them.
Yep.
Bo, that's on you.
Yeah.
Coach Pelini, that's on you. That's on your assistants. That is just a shitty job of coaching when you continuously allow that.
Yes.
Yank a player out. I would rather lose a game knowing that my left tackle and my right tackle and my 2 guards had to sit out because they led the conference in false starts and holding.
Yeah.
You must make kids accountable.
Yes.
I mean, and this has got to stop.
Yes.
Fumbles, nah, man. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, that's legit. And then there's other times
Yes.
it's like, that's bad coaching and lack of preparation. But these
Right.
penalties, these have just got to stop. Another thing that I think comes down to they've got to get some kind of a vibe. 8 drop passes in one game.
Yeah.
Coach Gilmore, what are you doing in practice? I mean, seriously, that's too many drop balls. You drop 5 touchdown passes, you drop 3 other passes, you fumble the ball 5 times, you have 9 penalties. I'm sorry, I'm almost to the point where I don't even blame the kids. There's something wrong with coaching when that happens.
And I completely agree there. I don't know if because we're running the ball so much, if Ted Gilmore is working more on blocking because that's such a staple of our wide
Right.
receivers. Our wide receivers knew coming into the year that their main job was to block.
Right.
That's why they put on all the weight. That's why Mike McNeil moved to wide receiver
Right.
because they knew we needed size on the edge to seal it for Taylor Martinez. I'll just say that. But
And Roy, you fumble at the 20
yeah, and that was
when you're
very
down by
early.
3.
Very
Man,
early.
That was devastating, Roy. I cheer for you so much,
Yeah.
but it's one fumble, dude.
Roy,
You-
yes.
he's still my guy. The other thing, when did Nebraska go from Niles Paul being a potential all-conference
Yes.
return man to now Niles can't even field a punt and he can't even get 20 yards on a kickoff?
Yeah.
We had a comment from one of our watchers asking why are we so hard on Niles Paul. If you saw that Texas game, I don't think you'll ask us that again.
Here's the thing:
Um,
when you come into the season as a preseason first team returner potentially,
Yeah.
and a second to
Okay,
first
we
team
got
receiver.
2 things that we got to finish up real quick. Everybody knows the horrible referee job,
Yeah.
but Husker fans, I don't want you saying that the refs cost us the
No,
game.
5
drop touchdowns
That cost
cost
you
us
the
the
game.
game. We don't need to
Absolutely.
go over bad
Yeah.
calls. You got 1. Do we have 1 minute left?
You got a minute and a half.
Okay, linebackers finally got
I've been
exposed.
I've been
I
waiting
don't
for
quite
it all
think
year.
it was as much the linebackers as I think the D line wasn't cool, but he's pretty adamant on the linebackers.
I
so.
really think linebackers got exposed. I think the lack of knowing the system got exposed, and I think with more experienced players, Sean Fisher, Will Compton, no matter how good Levante David is, I think it's a different story. And that's all we have. That's
All
we
right,
really have time
guys,
for.
that's our review of the Texas game. We got more videos we're getting ready to do, so check us out.